What are some ways to add romance to your relationship? My wife used to lay down on the couch and lay her head in my lap. I loved to brush her long hair and admire the color, texture, and smell of her hair. It made me feel so peaceful and connected to her. She would get so relaxed, and it was like I was watching the tension drain from her body. I found it very romantic, and so did she. My husband does this to me every night after we put the baby to bed. It turns me into a puddle of goo. Good for him. It sounds like he's a keeper. Best wishes with the baby. What an exciting time in life. Thank you. I'm cherishing the moments. Talk about what you two want. Talk about your days and actually listen, not just wait for your turn to talk. Try new stuff together. My husband and I like to take showers together and talk about all this stuff. It's the best. No phones in the shower, so no distractions, just warm soapy water, nudity, and great conversation. We end up talking about our days, our hopes, fantasizing about the future, etc. And we talk about a lot of light stuff too. My husband and I do this too. It's very rare that we shower separately. We talk about our work days and trash talk each other's bosses. Or if we've just binged some Netflix, we discuss what we thought about it and make predictions for future episodes. I love showering with my partner. Not only it's nice to be close to each other in an intimate but non-sexual way, but it saves water too. Only saves sun water if you don't stay in there forever. My fiance and I always lose track of time and then have to rush to wherever we have to be afterwards. Also, happy cake day. Surprise dates. Make notes of what your SO randomly says, like write them in your notes or your phone without being obvious, of course. And few months of weeks down the line, surprise them. It's fun and shows them you care and are listening. Do this all year, and come holidays and birthdays I never have to scramble to come up with an idea. Yeah, yes, I read on here not that long ago to take notes in my phone of what my SO points out he likes or is interested in. So when it comes time to birthdays, Christmas, or anniversary, I can pick a gift based on what he's interested in that year. It's the best advice I've gotten on here. My boyfriend doesn't do this. He gives me cash, which can be used for anything, but it would be nice if he'd buy me something. It would show he was paying attention and feel giftier. I feel like you should talk to him about this and explain that it's not just about giving, but that a specific thing that made him think of you is what you would actually make you feel the most seen and loved, even if it was something cheap. I know gifts are real important to me, even if they're free gifts, like a nice ladder. I know this sounds cheesy, but learn the love language. Everyone has different ways of expressing receiving love, and it's okay if you have different love languages, but you have to learn each other's. Otherwise, all the cute gestures and attempts to add romance will just fall flat. For example, buying gifts for your SO when they prefer actionable gestures will mean nothing to them, knowing that you've left your dirty laundry on the floor for a week now. Reading this comment made me realize you can probably pick out most people in this thread's love language based on their answer. Buy cute gifts spontaneously and remember the things they like, gift giving. Help her around the house and surprise them with a made bed or a vacuumed floor. Acts of service. Never stop going on dates with each other. Quality time. Stroke her hair and rub her back. Physical touch. Hide surprise notes about how much you love each other. Words of affirmation. Oh, you're right, I didn't know this. My passive-aggressive command about clothes being left on the floor, you betcha that mine is act of service. 3 words. Never stop dating. No, really, even after years of marriage, dating is super important. Set a date night, even if it's only monthly. This goes a long way. Edit. Right, I probably should have worded this a lot better. Never stop dating your spouse. There it is. As an addendum, be constantly making new memories. Eat at new restaurants. Go to new places and try new things together. Good experiences make people feel positively about the person they're with. Bad experiences can become in jokes and help foster an us against the world feeling. Yup, 16 years later, my wife and I still occasionally look back on the time we went to this seafood and barbecue restaurant in New England on our fourth anniversary. It was an abysmal dining experience, to say the least, but we laugh about it now. That's pretty cool. For us, it's the little things. Bringing home my husband's favorite candy if he's had a bad day, him rubbing my back when I'm having a hard time sleeping, putting little notes in each other's lunch boxes. Just little things to show you care. Yeah, it might seem childish, but these kinds of things help my heat still fluttering after 8-ish years. Added, I can't believe how much this command blew up. It's been great reading about all the little things you all do too. And thank you to the nice person who gave me my first silver. Here's nothing childish about it. It's sweet. Adults love being taken care of like children too. My parents are like children too. I would let them to do something, they don't do it. And it usually ends up with something happening and me saying, well, I told you so. Funny how that comes full circle. Continually grow and develop as a person. Think of yourself as a device that requires periodic software updates. Just as your old Game Boy from 1994 might be fun to play with once in a while. It never changes and gets boring and old. To keep things alive, actively develop yourself, learn new things, pick up new hobbies, travel to new places, read new books, etc. A couple that develops side by side forged a strong bond. That's pretty realistic good advice for any instance, especially relationships. Change is inevitable. Marriage is kind of a deeper, more terrifying commitment because it's agreeing to not only who they are now, but who they'll be decades down the line. You don't know who they'll be in that time or vice versa. You can only trust that you'll work it together. And not just down to the fact that you want to bone only each other at the time. That's just animal instinct, which is about as special and normal as taking a dump or needing water. No real effort or work to sustain that. This right here sounds like the type of love and work you have to earn. Not strictly romantic, but show some delight when you see your spouse. It's very easy when you come home to finally groan or vent about your day, but make the effort when you see your spouse to show you're glad to see them. Mark milestones. Had a good day? Does your spouse have something to celebrate? Do something to mark the occasion. Go out to dinner. Or always keep a bottle of bubbles in the refrigerator. Compliment them. Note when you look good or did something smart or made you proud. You don't have to write an ode. Just take a moment to stop and say it sincerely. That shit goes a long way. Listen to your partner. Do the things they've been asking you to do, like cleaning and organizing. Let them come home to a properly clean house. Make them dinner. Pour them a drink and just sit and listen to them. If you spend even just 20 minutes really listening to them while they relax and unwind, they'll almost certainly show their appreciation later on. Leave notes and let them know you're thinking of them and how much you care about them. We both work. I wish it cleans sometimes. He's home more than I am in the last couple months. And I'm still that one that cleans if anything gets done at all. It's very frustrating. I feel the same, but my partner doesn't really work. Depression is a bitch, but I'm not someone's parent. Same. My husband is looking for a job, but most of our relationship has been me working and him not. I wouldn't mind as much if the house was clean, but we're approaching 2 weeks without any counter space in the kitchen, a dining room table converted in stuff, and like 5 or 6 totes laying around the apartment from Christmas. I work nights, so I spend most of the day asleep and or us running around town. I'm just as guilty as leaving it all laying around though.